So Thomas, then I have to ask you, then you had a transition in your life too then, where you just mentioned that you didn't love yourself and you've transformed into not only loving yourself, but understanding how everyone needs to love themselves.
Correct.
So if you can be transformed, then anybody can be transformed.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
And I was a hard case.
And you were a hard case.
And resistance is futile now.
That's right. Resistance is futile.
I think it always
Get
wants
on
to kill
board.
somebody.
That's right.
Get on board.
Then I also want to ask you then, was there, I have to use the word time, or
Right time.
or a place or time when you came into contact with your guides, and what was that experience like, or was that a gift you had and didn't realize it?
The first time I actually contacted, not really a guide, but my higher self, was in a meditation group. I was in a group in Langley, and the person facilitating that particular group took us through an exercise where our higher self was sitting on top of us and then moved down in front, and we held out our hands, and the higher self would actually hold our hands. And you could actually feel yourself hold your own hands.
Wow.
And then you could talk to yourself at that particular time. And everybody in the group felt this. Some people could actually talk to the higher self, some people could only feel the hands, but everybody felt something.
Right.
And later on, we got to meet our guides as well. And there's a specific meditation that we teach, and you can actually learn to meet your guides. And they come out of the mist basically and sit down, and you can talk to them. So those
I think
guides.
we'd like to have to get that workshop in here sometime.
That's right. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is.
Yeah.
It's a good class, that one.
Okay.
And then there's those guides will always help you. And the guides, depending on how clear you are and how still your mind is, and really that's the point, okay, is your mind needs to be still on the inside where you can actually quiet everything so there's stillness. And then you can actually start to listen.
Right.
And that voice inside your head that's not yours is your guides.
Right.
And it's usually loving and kind, and it's usually already working on some level. But the more we get in touch with ourselves, the more we become present and listen to our feeling body, which Abraham would call our emotional guidance system, then the more we listen and trust our instincts,
Okay.
then
When you
it's
say
like exercise.
you're talking
Abraham,
about
Esther, and Jerry Hicks, they talk
Okay.
about the emotional
Yeah.
emotional guidance
Yeah,
system.
yeah.
And so the more we exercise that muscle, and this is what's happening, the shift now is happening for the female to come into her own voice, and to express, to clear the throat, to come into her own inner strength, and then that also goes for the male. So to exercise those muscles.
Okay, that's fascinating. So let's tell the audience a little bit, if they were to come to a workshop here at Astral Connections that you were giving, what can they expect? You first, Thomas.
Well, different things. What we try and do, particularly in any kind of workshop or a class, is to create an energy. We're creating an energy vortex. Both Rita and I have learned to do the Merkaba meditation by Dranvella Melchizedek. I was teaching it for many years, and the Merkaba meditation shoots out a disc 55 feet in all directions. So we actually have this Merkaba up and running in the workshop, and the energy in the room, you can feel it right away. But we try and get a connection with everybody in the group first. We get them feeling grounded, we get them feeling connected with their guides and angels, with God and Mother Asna, and then we give them tools. We give them tools that they can use for various things, energetic protection, things for flushing negative energy or chaotic energy, things for feeling better about themselves, like the rose exercise, which we have a YouTube coming out very soon, which helps open up that heart chakra in the rear. And the rose exercise is something that my guides taught me a couple of years ago, which is an excellent way to open up that rear chakra.
Would it be okay if we share that with our audience when you have it ready?
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah.
By all means.
It'll be on the website, and it'll be a YouTube, so you can just go to YouTube and type it in, rose exercise, and it'll be there.
So Thomas is more of the left brain. He appeals more to the intellectual person, and he's so broad ranged with his background.
And he's very right-brained too, from what I'm hearing.
Well, and actually us being together, there's been more of a melting and blending, because I'm hearing him today in session today. He was encouraging someone to be more in their feelings, and so I bring that part, helping, just like the other night when we had a goddess group here,
Right.
helping everyone to not
Maybe you
just
can
hear,
tell
but
people
feel.
about that, a little more about that goddess group that you held here and what exactly you did experience. I mean, I could say it was beautiful. It really was.
How was that for you? Talk
It
about
was.
that.
It was beautiful. It created sensation of peace and lovingness, and everyone felt something, and everyone was sort of very playful and enjoyed their experience, from what I could feel.
Yes, and that's right. You're in your feeling body. Yeah. So I came the other night and I brought some of my goddess sisters. So I have a team now because the guides have asked me to do this. You've got to show up. You're the emotional grid. You've got to have, it's a place where women can land and be safe in their emotions. And now I have these women, there's 2 for sure, plus another 2 actually, that are carrying on with me. And so I'm the feeler, one's the seer, one's the hearer, so we really complement one another. And the essence of the group, of the female group, of the circle, is to uplift, uphold each other, to respect one another. And what we did the other night is we created an energy field again. We created safety. I had everyone go inside and do a flush and ground and then open the back of their hearts. We did the rose exercise, and then everyone could start to feel more, I brought everyone into that, guided them to their feeling place. And it was great because it was organic, and we knew it would be.
Right.
And there were women that
Anything goes.
and there was a it's all about willingness.
Right.
And so there were women there willing to expose themselves, willing to say, here's what I'm feeling, and asking questions. And so in that process, we didn't just talk, we were in it. We were moving, and there was energy moving. And I also invited Mother Goddess Asna, who I work with all the time now. And Thomas can talk about her in a moment, but I brought her in, and we brought our guides in. And it's like the guides are working with us. It's not just us, we're being the conduits. And so there's healing going on. And as women were asking questions, and they were open for one of my female goddesses to go and help out. Would you like to get rid of that? And so one of them went over and behind and removed
right.
something.
Yeah.
So this is a time of being freed up.
Right.
And it's not just for
And
the
everybody
women.
comes together and realizes what one another needs and does whatever you feel like doing.
It's a safe place for women to come together and use their gifts and allow their gifts to flourish so that they can use those. And this Deepak Chopra talks about this. He talks about the gift that you have to give to the world. And what is that gift? What is that unique special ability that you have that you can create your dharma from? Okay? And this is what this group does. This helps these women get together, see their gifts, feel their gifts, use their gifts.
Accept
themselves with it, and then use them and expand them.
Okay, Thomas, let's go back to you and talk a little bit about this medical intuitive. Like, when I hear the word medical, I'm thinking pharmaceuticals, so...
Okay, a medical intuitive, there's actually different types of medical intuitives. There's medical intuitives, for instance, like Adam Dream Healer, and he sees energy. Okay, he'll look at your liver and he'll see red, and he'll see blue, or he'll see green, and the red will be a bad spot. So you got a problem with your liver. Okay. The difference for me is that I actually see the liver itself. I see the molecules in the liver. I see.
That might be yucky to see.
It's switched off right now.
You gotta know your anatomy. Okay, what am I looking at here? This is a liver. That's a duct. Okay, that duct goes here. There's the gallbladder there. Oh yeah, there's gallstones in it. I can see those.
Okay, more visuals than I need.
More visuals than you need. Okay. Well, especially when you get the intestinal tract, you can get a little messy down there. That's beside the point.
Well, there's something swimming along the bloodstream.
That's right. And yeah, you actually view the bloodstream. The bloodstream to me looks like a tunnel about that big, and I see red blood cells and white blood cells and parasites or various things floating around in it. Arterial sclerosis, for instance, in the heart. Arterial sclerosis is when blood itself is being blocked. It's clotty, and it's stopping blood from flowing through the veins to the heart muscle itself. Okay, and blood clots is also calcium plaque. There's 2 different types of arterial sclerosis. So what I do is I look at a person's heart and say, okay, you have arteriosclerosis in the back of the heart or the front of the heart, and here's a natural product you can take to help that get rid of it. Okay. Same thing with claudication in the legs or veins, or and particularly people who have low thyroid. And this is something that I run across. Virtually 9 out of 10 clients that come to see us have low thyroid. The medical system says, oh yeah, that's perfect, your thyroid's within the normal range, but they have all the symptoms of having low thyroid. They have a metallic taste in their mouth, they have fatigue, they have insomnia, their hair falls out, they have a foggy brain, their eyesight goes off, they have anxiety, they have depression, they have weight gain around the middle they can't get rid of, there's heavy menstrual bleedings and cramps sometimes, there's hormonal imbalances, night sweats, hot flashes, all sorts of different things that are caused by low thyroid. And the only place you get food for the thyroid is iodine. And iodine, either iodine drops or kelp powder. And back in the First World War, the Americans were drafting men for the army, found that a bunch of them their thyroids weren't functioning properly. They realized they weren't getting iodine, they lived in the prairies. So they decided to put iodine in table salt. Iodized table salt.
Right.
And of
I
course,
remember that, the blue and gold
that's
boxes.
right, the blue and gold boxes, that's right. So now all of us eat, well, we have designer salts. We have Himalayan this and fancy that and sea salt this. There's no iodine in it.
Right.
So you're not getting iodine for your diet. So you wake up in the morning, you're tired. You're tired all day, you have low anemia, because your body won't accept iron you're eating, so you have low iron, and all these different things. All you need to do is go to the health food store, take a couple of drops of iodine every day, and guess what? All those symptoms go away, you start feeling better in 3 days.
See, just a very simple thing.
It's such a simple thing, and guess what? You go see your doctor says, oh well, your thyroid's not functioning. Here's a prescription for Synthroid. Yeah, okay. Why would you do that? We had a client who had a huge goiter on his neck. I says, it's a goiter, you have low thyroid. Go get some iodine. 2 weeks later, the goiter was gone. He was feeling much better, had more energy, everything was working for him fine. He says, I didn't need to go see the doctor.
Okay.
And that's really what it's about. And it's trying to find a natural solution or an emotional reason behind that particular problem. But a medical intuitive can see inside myself. I can see inside the body, the brain, the blood, different things that are going on for people. Concussions. With that, a lot of people come to me for back problems, shoulder problems, knee problems, because I can see the tendon or the muscle that's sore, and then I find where it's sore and I massage it gently and all the pain goes away.
And the acu-tapping.
Acu-tapping, I tap the skeleton, the back, the ribs, different parts of the body.
I firmly believe that if you've got all your acupressure points, there should be no physical ailments in your body.
That's right, all those things. There was a chap came to see me yesterday. He'd been to physiotherapy, he'd been to chiropractors. He'd been there for 2 years, had back pain. He stood up from the table and says, this is a miracle. He says, I don't feel any pain at all.
Wow.